Ever wondered what happens when you ignore a Sigma woman? Think she'll just sit around waiting for your attention? Think again. Sigma women are not your typical personality type. They don't rely on others for validation, and they don't play the games many people are used to in relationships. Instead, they are fiercely independent, self-sufficient, and know that their inner peace is invaluable. When faced with silence, they don't panic or get desperate for answers. They have a way of handling things that might just surprise you. Understanding how a Sigma woman responds to being ignored is more than just learning about her personality. It's a lesson in emotional intelligence, resilience, and self-growth. It shows us that true strength lies not in reacting to every situation, but in the ability to stay grounded, focused, and true to yourself, no matter what. So when you stop talking to her, it's not the end. In fact, it might just be the start of something even more powerful. In today's video, we're going to break down the 9 things a Sigma woman will do when you stop talking to her. Trust me, you won't want to miss how these actions redefine personal strength, independence, and emotional control. Let's dive in. Number 1. She analyzes the situation. When a Sigma woman faces silence or distance in a relationship, her first instinct isn't to panic or flood the other person with messages. Instead, she stays calm and takes a step back. Picture this: while most people might be wondering if they've done something wrong, or even spiraling into self-doubt, the Sigma woman is quietly evaluating the situation. It's almost like she's built in with a natural ability to pause and take a look at the bigger picture. She asks herself key questions: did I say or do something that might have triggered this? Or is the silence about them, not me? She doesn't jump to conclusions or immediately assume the worst. Instead, she reflects, understanding that sometimes the silence could have nothing to do with her at all. Maybe the person is dealing with their own struggles, or life simply got in the way. By doing this, she avoids unnecessary emotional reactions and makes space for clarity. The real power here is in the patience and emotional control that a Sigma woman has. Rather than giving in to fear or insecurity, she trusts herself to understand the situation in time. Her ability to stay grounded and not rush into a reaction allows her to see things for what they truly are. This approach not only saves her from unnecessary drama, but it also leads to a deeper understanding of the situation. And when that happens, it becomes easier to handle whatever comes next with wisdom and poise. So how about you? Do you tend to analyze a situation before reacting, or do you find yourself jumping to conclusions right away? Let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you handle moments of silence or uncertainty. Number 2. Maintains her dignity. When a Sigma woman is ignored, she doesn't chase after the person who's pulled away. She doesn't bombard them with texts or try to beg for their attention. Instead, she maintains her dignity and stays true to who she is. It's not that she doesn't care, but she understands that her self-worth isn't tied to anyone else's actions or approval. She doesn't need constant validation to feel valuable. She knows her worth, and that's enough. Sigma women are all about respect for themselves and for others. So when someone pulls back, she doesn't take it as a personal attack or something to fix. Instead, she sets boundaries, knowing that the only thing she has control over is how she reacts. She refuses to chase after anyone who doesn't show her the respect she deserves. Instead of feeling rejected, she simply keeps moving forward, trusting that those who are meant to be in her life will show up. Her energy doesn't go into seeking approval, it goes into nurturing herself. Whether she spends her time learning something new, pursuing her passions, or focusing on personal goals, she uses the space left by the silence to elevate herself. This focus on self-care helps her stay grounded and reminds her that her happiness doesn't rely on anyone else's attention. She knows that by investing in her own growth, she becomes even stronger and more confident, no matter the circumstances. How do you define dignity in relationships? Do you think it's important to maintain your self-respect when things get tough? Drop your thoughts below. I'd love to hear how you value dignity in your connections. Number 3. Accelerates her self-development. When a Sigma woman is ignored, she doesn't sit around wondering what went wrong. Instead, she uses that silence as an opportunity to grow. While many might overthink or wait anxiously for the other person to reach out, she does the complete opposite. She takes that time to focus on herself, using it as a chance to improve. Whether it's diving into a book, taking on a new hobby, or pushing herself to achieve a personal goal, she sees silence not as a setback, but as fuel for her own transformation. The fascinating part is that when the person who ignored her finally returns, they're often surprised. She hasn't been sitting idly by, she's become stronger, more confident, and perhaps even unrecognizable in the best way. Silence that could have felt like rejection or uncertainty becomes the perfect backdrop for her personal evolution. What others might view as a pause, she turns into a period of intense growth. She knows that she's never truly alone when she has her own development to focus on. The beauty of this is how empowering it is. Instead of feeling lost or stuck, a Sigma woman channels that energy into becoming a better version of herself. Whether she's improving her skills, working on her fitness, or sharpening her mindset, she uses the time to elevate her life. The result? She's more confident, self-sufficient, and ready to take on whatever comes next. Silence isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. How has silence helped you grow? Have you ever used a quiet moment to turn things around in your life? Share your experience below. I'd love to hear how silence has shaped you. Number 4. Sets boundaries. When a Sigma woman is ignored or faced with unnecessary silence, she doesn't let herself get dragged into stress or drama. She knows exactly how to protect her peace by setting clear boundaries. For her, peace of mind is priceless, and she refuses to let anyone disturb it. If she senses manipulation or if someone is trying to create emotional chaos, she has no hesitation in drawing a firm line. This is not about being cold, it's about maintaining her mental and emotional well-being. What's empowering about a Sigma woman's boundaries is how she enforces them without guilt or explanation. She doesn't feel the need to justify her decisions or defend her space. Instead, she simply establishes her limits and stands by them. If someone can't respect those boundaries, she's okay with walking away. She understands that respecting herself and her peace is non-negotiable. In fact, her ability to stay firm in this way teaches others how to treat her with the respect she deserves. It sets the tone for healthy relationships, where mutual respect is the foundation. This ability to protect her peace doesn't make her unapproachable or distant, it makes her self-respecting. By holding firm to her boundaries, she shows others that her time, energy, and emotions are valuable. It's a quiet but powerful way of teaching those around her how to treat her. And in doing so, she ensures that the relationships in her life are built on trust, respect, and understanding. What's the most empowering boundary you've set in your life? How did it change things for you? Share your story below. I'd love to hear how setting boundaries has empowered you. Number 5. Stays unbothered. When a Sigma woman faces silence or tension, she doesn't let it rattle her. Instead of reacting impulsively or getting swept up in the emotional whirlwind, she stays calm and composed. Her emotional control is one of her greatest strengths. While others might feel the need to confront or resolve the situation immediately, she takes a step back, keeping her peace intact. She understands that jumping into a storm of emotions won't solve anything. It'll only make things more chaotic. For her, peace is non-negotiable. She knows that staying grounded, no matter what's happening around her, is key to maintaining her well-being. Whether it's a personal conflict or external stress, she focuses on keeping her inner calm. This emotional discipline allows her to move through life without getting bogged down by unnecessary drama. She isn't afraid to walk away from situations that threaten her peace. She recognizes that in order to remain strong and clear-headed, she must protect her emotional space at all costs. What's even more powerful about this ability to stay unbothered is the message it sends. Her calmness isn't weakness. It's a demonstration of how strong her peace truly is. It shows that no matter what life throws at her, she will remain grounded and focused on what truly matters. It's a quiet strength that others can't help but notice and respect. The Sigma woman teaches us that we don't have to react to everything, and sometimes the best thing to do is stay unbothered. How do you stay unbothered when life gets challenging? Let us know below. I'd love to hear your tips on how you maintain your peace during tough times. Number 6. Embraces solitude. A Sigma woman doesn't fear being alone. In fact, she thrives in her own company. While some people may dread solitude, feeling uncomfortable or lonely, she sees it as an opportunity for growth and reflection. Solitude is empowering for her, because it gives her the space to connect with herself in a way that's hard to do when surrounded by others. It's in these quiet moments that she can hear her own thoughts and recharge her energy. Rather than feeling isolated, she uses her alone time to reflect on her life, set new goals, or work on her personal growth. Whether it's picking up a new skill, diving into a hobby, or simply taking time to clear her mind, she understands the importance of nurturing herself. This time alone allows her to recalibrate, focus on what truly matters, and come back to the world even stronger. It's through solitude that she finds clarity and direction, leading to greater self-awareness and peace. This connection with herself also makes her incredibly self-sufficient. She doesn't rely on others for her happiness or sense of purpose. Her ability to embrace solitude has led to a deep sense of independence, where she's comfortable making decisions, pursuing her dreams, and living life on her own terms. Rather than feeling the need to be constantly surrounded by people, she knows that the most important relationship she has is with herself. And it's this self-sufficiency that gives her the strength to handle anything life throws her way. What's your favorite way to embrace solitude? Do you use it for reflection, relaxation, or self-improvement? Share below. I'd love to hear how you make the most of your alone time. Number 7. Doesn't chase, she replaces. When a Sigma woman realizes that someone is ignoring her, she doesn't chase after their attention or validation. Instead, she moves forward with grace, knowing her worth is not tied to someone else's behavior. She understands that her energy is too valuable to waste on trying to win someone back who doesn't appreciate her. Rather than clinging to the past, she shifts her focus to things and people that truly value her. This shift isn't just about letting go, it's about opening herself up to new opportunities. She dives into fresh experiences, whether that means building new relationships, exploring hobbies, or taking on exciting challenges. It's through these new connections and endeavors that she continues to grow and expand her horizons. Every time she replaces something unfulfilling with something new and positive, she elevates her life and her sense of self. By replacing, not chasing, she empowers herself. It's a powerful reminder that she is the one in control of her life. Her self-confidence grows with every choice she makes that leads her towards a healthier, more fulfilling future. This doesn't mean she's bitter or resentful, but rather that she knows her value and isn't willing to settle for anything less than she deserves. She doesn't wait for someone else to change, she changes her own life for the better, and that's what makes her unstoppable. Have you ever replaced something toxic with something amazing? Maybe it was a relationship, a habit, or even a mindset. Let's talk about it in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. Number 8. Chooses peace over drama. When faced with tension or silence, a Sigma woman chooses peace over drama. She's emotionally intelligent enough to recognize when engaging in conflict will only make things worse. Instead of reacting impulsively, she takes a step back, evaluating the situation from a calm and thoughtful perspective. This ability to pause and assess is a strength that helps her avoid unnecessary emotional chaos. In moments like these, she doesn't feel the need to prove anything or defend herself. With grace, she walks away, understanding that not every situation needs her energy or involvement. She knows her peace is too valuable to waste on battles that aren't hers to fight. By choosing to disengage, she maintains control over her emotions and keeps her energy focused on things that truly matter. This choice is not a sign of weakness, as some might think. In fact, choosing peace is one of the most powerful moves a Sigma woman can make. It shows her inner strength, confidence, and wisdom. She knows that peace is not something to be sacrificed for the sake of drama. Instead, it's the foundation of a balanced and fulfilled life, one that she won't allow anyone to disturb. How do you handle potential drama? Do you step back and choose peace, or do you engage in the conflict? Share your tips below. I'd love to hear how you maintain your calm in tough situations. Number 9. Becomes more empowered. When a Sigma woman is ignored, she doesn't see it as a setback. Instead, she sees it as an opportunity for growth. The silence around her doesn't leave her feeling weak or insecure. It pushes her to become stronger and more self-assured. Without the constant noise of other people's opinions or the distractions of external validation, she's able to focus entirely on herself and her journey. In these moments, she becomes even more independent. Silence for her is not something to fear, it's a chance to connect with her inner strength. With fewer outside voices pulling her in different directions, she learns to trust herself more. She relies on her own judgment and intuition to guide her, which only deepens her sense of self-worth. The absence of communication becomes a catalyst for self-reflection. She looks inward, taking the time to evaluate where she is in life and where she wants to go. The space that's created by being ignored is filled with the opportunity to grow, to learn, and to transform into a better version of herself. The silence isn't an obstacle, it's fuel for her empowerment. How has being ignored empowered you? Have you ever turned a moment of silence into a chance for growth? Let's chat about it below. I'd love to hear your experience and how you became stronger through those moments. To recap, a Sigma woman uses silence not as a sign of weakness, but as a powerful tool for growth, self-empowerment, and emotional intelligence. She thrives in solitude, transforms adversity into strength, and builds her own path without needing external validation. Through silence, she becomes more grounded, more self-sufficient, and more in tune with her own needs and desires. Now, I want to leave you with this thought. Are you ready to elevate your mindset and use silence for your own self-empowerment, just like a Sigma woman? You have the power to transform silence into a moment of reflection, growth, and independence. It's all about how you choose to approach it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more insights on personal growth and the Sigma mindset. Your journey of empowerment starts with taking the first step, and it's just a click away. Thanks for watching. Remember, your personal growth is in your hands, and you have everything you need to rise stronger, wiser, and more confident than ever before. See you next time.